One of the 8 finalists for the Hodge Trophy as the National Wrestler of the Year at the college level. Joining us from his home in Randolph, New Jersey. Patrick, how are you holding up?
I'm hanging in there, just trying to take it day by day and kind of just chip away, but it's going well.
I guess kind of let's go back. A historic season. You guys defeat Cornell for the first time since 1986 to win the Ivy League title. You follow that up with that big victory against Rutgers. Season with so many highs before it was cut short. What's sort of the memory that stands out for you?
There's so many. I think it's hard to pick, just one. But, obviously it started off with the Cornell one. It was just emotional victory all around. I think everybody, even the crowd, was just so into it. I've never experienced anything like it before. It was pretty incredible. But yeah, there was so many moments this year that we kind of just chipped away at. And it's something that I will remember for the rest of my life.
Let's fast forward a couple weeks. Obviously, the Ivy League cancels their seasons, and then a couple days later, the NCAA announces that all winter and spring championships are canceled. Walk us through the emotions. You had qualified as the number 2 seed at 125 at NCAA's, and obviously you're only a sophomore, so you still have a couple years left to make up for that time. But just sort of walk me through an emotional couple of days.
Yeah, very, very emotional. It was something that everyone that qualified, has been looking forward to for the, since they got here and this entire year, this whatever 6 months that we've been training up until this point. So I think it was just tough, especially for the seniors. I mean, we all walked into the group, team meeting after the news broke, and everyone was just heartbroken. But we talked it out, and hopefully they figure out something they can do with the seniors. I'm hoping that, it all works out, but at this point, there's not enough information to know. So it was just a very emotional team meeting after that. But we're going to get through it and, kind of staying optimistic. So.
And then this week, classes picking back up, not on Princeton's campus, learning shifting to a remote setting. How has that impacted your classes?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a very different environment. There's something to be said about, going into a class and learning up front and, in a group of people intimately, I guess. So it's just different, but it's, I think people are getting used to it. I mean, this is day 3 for us and, it's definitely starting to shift, but, hopefully the teachers are doing a really good job transitioning, I would say. So it hasn't been too bad.
I know you had a class right before this. We're talking Wednesday morning. If you're watching this in the future, walk us through that class and what that experience was like this morning.
Yeah, so I had architectures of transit and design, which is it's a pretty small class, but it's really, really cool. We're just talking about how forms of transit have evolved since the trains and kind of developments of what that means, philosophically, which it's been really cool. It's a great class. There's about 11 people in it, so it's one of my smaller classes, but really cool stuff to talk about.
You're one of 8 finalists nationally, one of just 4 underclassmen for the Hodge Trophy. That's the National Wrestler of the Year. What does it mean to you just to be in the conversation for that trophy? And how have you tried to rally support?
I mean, it's something that I've quite literally dreamed about. Growing up as a wrestler, you kind of see guys do it, and you think maybe one day that could be me, possibly. As a little kid, and now it's here. It's really I don't have words to describe it. It's just incredible. And the support system I have, really coming to fruition to help. I can't even describe how many people have reposted the link to it, which it's just been an amazing experience. I'm really just blessed. But thank you to everybody who's helped me get here.
And you still have time to vote for that.
Yep.
We'll make the pitch for you. 6 p.m. this Friday. That's March 27th. GoPrincetonTigers.com. The link's there on the homepage. So make sure you go out and you cast your vote for the Hodge Trophy for Princeton sophomore Patrick Glory. Let's kind of talk about what you've been doing. I know you're not necessarily on the mat right now, and social distancing makes it kind of tough to train if you're a wrestler, I would assume. How are you staying in shape?
Yeah, so it's funny. Right when I got home, I was like, it was one day off. That was the first day I've had off. Well, besides, during our schedule in so many years. So, or months in training. So, me and my sister have kind of just taken on the task of just running around, just around our neighborhood and stuff. She's really athletic as well. So she's been pushing me, to do my exercises and stuff. And we have a treadmill here. And then just like some light weights. So just trying to stay active as much as I can. But it's nice to get outside, in this environment. So, but yeah, I mean, definitely having the sister there to help push me is helpful.
Let's go back on campus. What's something people may not know about your head coach, Chris Ayers?
I think Chris Ayers is one of the most unique, coolest people I've ever met. I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint one thing, but if you get to know him, he's a really cool guy.
I thought something unique to do. I'm assuming you're up in the house you grew up in Randolph, New Jersey right now?
Yeah. Yep.
Not too far from Princeton, so you're back at home in your parents' house and your childhood house. Let's play a game of show and tell presented by Conway Comfort in the comfort of your own home. What sort of an item or piece of memorabilia you want to show off today?
All right, I'm going to grab it real quick. So in high school, there's this tournament, and it's called Super 32. And it's like a high school tournament, preseason high school tournament before your actual, high school season starts. And so the winner gets a belt. And so I used to go when I was like in 8th grade growing up. I just kind of went every year and was trying to win it. And the one year I did win it, they gave you a belt. So I thought this was pretty cool. It's just been sitting in my room. So I was like,
Can you hold that up just a little bit higher?
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's not a bad piece of memorabilia. I know you kind of touched on it, and I think I know where you're going to go with this, but through this whole situation, obviously everything's been changing and things are still in flux. What's one good thing to come out of this whole situation?
I think, just being around family. I think that, trying to stay positive and I've had a lot of time with my little brother and my little sister that I just would not have had if I was at school. You just got to kind of find little things, that are positive of it and just kind of, let God, take its path, really.
Patrick, great catching up with you. Good luck the rest of this week. You're again one of 8 finalists for the Hodge Trophy. And again, if you haven't cast your vote yet, go online, goPrincetonTigers.com. The link is right there on the homepage. Patrick, looking forward to see you next fall when you get back on the mat as a junior at Princeton. Good luck with the rest of the academic semester and stay healthy.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Have a good one.